Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our fall memorial service. Today, we're here to appreciate and be grateful, to remember, appreciate, and be grateful for our ancestors, and others who have been here before us, have come here before us. I say appreciate and be grateful for. I say that because what's the difference between appreciation and gratitude? Appreciation is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of appreciation. Appreciation may consist of words, but gratitude is shown in action. Why? Gratitude. In the Konko faith, we stand on two spiritual legs or foundations, beliefs. And that is in Kami-sama, the divine, Kami-sama, the universe that has given us the gift of life and that provides for us constantly, and our ancestors, those who have come before us. We have special services to celebrate both Kami-sama and our ancestors. The Spring Memorial Service, Summer Tenchi Kana no Kami service, the Fall Memorial Service, this service, and our Winter Tenchi Kana no Kami service. Today at our Fall Memorial Service, this is where we take time out of our busy schedules and lives to remember and appreciate those who come before us, everyone who has been instrumental in our church. We wouldn't be here today without our ancestors. We all know this biologically. But the Konko faith, Konko Daijin, teaches us that they left us with something more. In Japanese, this something more is called toku, or virtue. Toku is like a spiritual, it's something that as we do the right things and as we accumulate virtue, then it's there for our descendants and those after us to draw upon. And so this concept is more than just the biological blessings that we receive from those who have come before us. It's more than that. And in fact, this church, this beautiful church that we have, I think is part of the spiritual legacy of our ancestors who have come before us. Joanne Sensei has been here for, I think it's taken her more than a day, and she remembers and recites, she has it all written down in a book, the ancestors who have come before us, the pioneers who have come before us, and that have left their toku, their virtue with us in this building. And we, all of us, are the beneficiaries of that toku. And it's like a bank account. So depending on how we live, we could build up that bank account of virtue, or we can bring it down. And that's up to us and how we live our lives. Now, of course, as we benefit from the toku of those who came before us, we are generating toku for those who come after us, even those who are here now, but we're generating that. And so to have that type of feeling and to realize that, I think, gives us maybe an additional bit of purpose in our lives. Again, how do we develop toku? By living lives that matter. And I have a favorite poem by a Michael Josephson that he says it much more eloquently than I, and so I'd like to read that to you. What will matter? Ready or not, someday it will all come to an end. There will be no more sunrise, no minutes, hours, or days. All the things that you collected, whether treasured or forgotten, will pass to someone. Your wealth, fame, and temporal power will shrivel to irrelevance. It will not matter what you owned or what you were owed. Your grudges, resentments, frustrations, and jealousies will finally disappear. So too, your hopes, ambitions, plans, to-do lists will expire. The wins and losses that once seemed so important will fade away. It won't matter where you came from or what side of the tracks that you lived on at the end. It won't matter whether you are beautiful or brilliant. Even your gender and skin color will be irrelevant. So, what will matter? How will the value of your days be measured? What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built, not what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you, but what you taught. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others to emulate your example. What will matter is not your, but your character. What will matter is not how many people you knew, how many will feel a lasting loss when you're gone. What will matter is not your memories, but the memories of those who loved you. What will matter is how long you will be remembered, by whom, and for what. Living a life that matters doesn't happen by accident. It's not a matter of circumstance, but of choice. Choose to live a life that matters. So this is a poem by Michael Josephson, and I've been asked many times to repeat that so that people can find this. It's readily available on the internet. A beautiful poem, I think, and I appreciate how he phrases what I think this faith is all about, how we live this life. We don't focus on an afterlife. We feel and we believe and we teach that how we live this life is what we can control today, and what will happen is naturally we will return to Kami-sama, our spirits will return to Kami-sama, and our memories and our actions and our deeds will result in toku being passed on to those after us. I have to say that it's not easy for me to remember this feeling of appreciation and acknowledging our ancestors, acknowledging our Kami-sama. And so to help us to do that, we have this wonderful church here, this beautiful church that we can have services in and get together in, to be with like-minded people. This church is a community. It's not something that one has to join to be a part of. Everyone is welcome. Our founder taught us that everyone is a child of Kami. Everyone is welcome. Everyone belongs. And we have these services like this fall memorial service to help us to remember. We also have services throughout the year. So we have weekly services and monthly services to help us to train, to remember, to appreciate, and to express our gratitude, and to be grateful. I keep talking about being grateful. Why is gratitude, why is being grateful important? Why do I think it's important? I think it's because being more grateful brings us more happiness. I think it's kind of like a scientific law. I mean, we all have heard of some of these scientific laws, right? So like if I were to let go of this phone, what's going to happen? It's going to fall down. That's the law of gravity. And we all expect that. What is a scientific law? A scientific law predicts the results of certain conditions. So I drop this phone, it's going to fall. It's law of gravity. There's also a law of gratitude. And the law of gratitude, when I Googled it, the more we are thankful for, the more we will attract things to be thankful for. Gratitude makes us happier. Let me read that again. The more we are thankful for, the more we will attract things to be thankful for. Just like Mother Earth is attracting this phone and causing it to fall. The law of gratitude says that the more we are thankful for, the more we will attract things to be thankful for. So that's not as famous or well known as the law of gravity. And so people may say, well, how do we know that's true? I can experience in my many years has shown me and taught me that that is true. How many people think that's crazy, or how many people actually think that they agree with that type of concept? That we are thankful, the more we will attract things to be thankful for. Well, okay, great. We have a good number of hands going up. And so that is our hope as Sensei here at Konko Church. We are here every day of the year to help people to develop this sense of gratitude, to help people to remember, to appreciate the things in their lives. We have so much to be grateful for in our lives. But so often we take things for granted. And sometimes we could use a little bit of help to remember to be grateful to Kami-sama, to be grateful for this rain that we have today. It's easy to think, oh, we wish it was a sunny day. Well, to have this rain is to be grateful for this. And to be grateful for our ancestors and all that they've left for us. As part of this faith, during every day, people are welcome to come in and just feel this space. And this space feels spiritual. Many people just feel comfortable to just come in and sit and feel closer to Kami-sama and to our ancestors. And we also have this function called toritsugi, where sensei is available to just talk. And they can listen to your requests or your prayers or what's bothering you and help you to realize our place in the universe and to appreciate. And the sensei are here to listen and to, if you want, to talk about things that are going on in your life. And that's available every day. And then we have weekly services that help us to provide a place where people can feel comfortable and get together as a group and maybe have a little bit more interaction. And so people can ask questions or talk about what's going on in their lives as part of a group. And then we have our monthly services. And monthly services are a chance for us to get together where we ask people who maybe they don't have the time to get together once a week or once a day. And maybe they live far away. Well, we ask people to come together for our monthly services for each sense of community, for an opportunity for us to see each other, to be with people who have like minds and feel a spiritual connection. And it's, if you look at the book in front of you, this is a book, Live with Faith. It was written by our founder of this San Francisco church, Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda. And on page 41, number 4, it says, the Konko faith does not emphasize attending church service. However, you, your ministers, your church, and Kami-sama will feel happy with a robust attendance at the monthly service. The more people attending the service, the more energy the congregation will have, the more motivated the ministers will be in giving his or her sermon, and the more positive you will feel about your faith. You will realize blessings more easily. And so we are striving to get past and move on from the COVID pandemic. It's been a rough few years. many people are still with coming into a closed environment. For those of you who aren't here today, but most people here are wearing masks. And we have learned, science has taught us that by wearing masks, we can control our risk of COVID. The American Medical Association, if you want to go to their website, they mention that if you wear an N95 or KN95 type mask, your chance of catching COVID is less than 1%. So even if you're sitting in the same room as somebody who does happen to have COVID, if you wear a mask, you can control. And so we're asking people to come back, to wear a mask if they feel uncomfortable. It's not required, it's recommended, but if you are nervous about coming back to church, you can wear a mask and take control and control your risk of exposure. And that 1%, you have a 1% chance if you're exposed to people for 2,500 hours. So that's, it's a combination of being exposed to the virus and how long you're exposed to it. So we understand that people are still not comfortable with coming back to church yet. But we hope that you will. We all miss you, and we look forward to seeing you here again. And with that, I would like to thank you all for listening, and I hope that you all can feel a little bit closer to your ancestors and Kami-sama today, and look forward to talking with you and sharing with you more. Thank you so much.